Hello everybody! I would like to share with you my walk through Stockholm, a Scandinavian capital made of 14 islands, famous for its unique style, daylight variation, and sincere passion about nature. I have planned my walk starting from home and going north upwards towards major interesting stops and back to my starting point. Inspiring architecture, zones of social interaction, and places of recreation are all on my list of places to visit. Hornsgatan is one of the longest streets in the city, famous for its multicultural style, modern cafes and bars, and spaces for social interaction buffered away from traffic noise by beautiful greenery. Slussen, or the valve as it means in English, is the connecting point between the old city and Södermalm Island, separating between Lake Mälaren and the Baltic Sea. This is where I usually come for meditation and to clear my mind with the calming sight of the sea. Gamla Stan, meaning the old city, is the most ancient part of Stockholm, with buildings and street network dating back to the 15th century. This pier becomes filled with sitting people when it's warm enough to enjoy the sun and the city view. Now we are walking through the narrow alleys of the old city, stepping on antique stoned pavements, surrounded by colorful buildings and observing intricate details, documenting the history of famous artists and thinkers who used to live here. This is also where you find the best ice cream in town. The bridge Skeppsholmen is the way we cross over to adjacent side of the land to the island Skeppsholmen. This is a very quiet island that is only a few minutes away from busy city center. Breathtaking greenery, a hotel ship, and simple architecture. It is also home to Nordiska Museet and a favorite place for me as an architect, ArchDes. Though those two museums are interesting for me to get inspiration, to attend exhibitions, and to even discuss important questions. Let's jump now to the adjacent island, Djurgården. Among its many attractions is Nordiska Museet, a museum devoted to Nordic culture, style, design, and fashion, showcasing, for example, miniature interiors of luxurious styles compared to basic dwellings of the common in older times where whole families used to live in one room. Now we're back to central Stockholm, to the green gardens of Kungsträdgården. People spend their free time here enjoying the waterworks, the nature, and the often held cultural events in the outdoors. The only missing thing is blue skies. Drottninggatan is the iconic street for shopping in Stockholm. It hosts famous fashion stores and continues further up to the north with more restaurants and cafes. People find the streets very busy in winter when it's -20 degrees as it is in sunny days in the summer. Yet if you prefer to do shopping indoors and reward yourself with delicious pastries, chocolate, and walnut bread sandwiches, you can visit Gallerian, a shopping center with impressive integration with daylight and greenery. We also see Plattan here, a famous court where demonstrations happen. Sveavägen is a very wide, popular street with interesting meeting places, restaurants, and cultural centers. It is in one of its turns, there is my school that I learned French and played the violin, and even took a beginner course in creative thinking. Located in Sveavägen also is Stockholm's public library, designed in 1928 by the famous architect Gunnar Asplund. This building enjoys a beautiful interior and exterior layout, surrounded by magnificent landscape. Kungsgatan is a relaxed place for people to meet and enjoy their surrounding at restaurants, cafes, and bars, and even to practice their bargain making with fruit and flowers sellers in adjacent Haymarket. As for me, a visit to Kungsgatan will always end up stopping by my art supplier Creatima. This is like a very good place for me to find a boost for my creativity when I buy, for example, a new set of pastel colors. On my way back home, I passed by Stadshuset, the city hall, where the Nobel banquets are held. Otherwise, the impressive building is usually flooded by newlyweds and their families, or observers of the view that is always worth sketching. Spreading across Södermalm Island is Götgatan Street. This is a very active street in Stockholm, famous for symbolizing the essence of Södermalm Island, its culturally diverse people, and for being reserved for pedestrians and bikers, making it very busy at rush hours. And now we're back home, in a quiet region despite its closeness to busy city center, a feature that is very symbolic to residential regions in Stockholm. The nature reserve located behind our apartment offers relaxing peacefulness and beauty, whether when observing a November full moon, an early morning's fog exposing the hiding lake between the trees, or even when struggling through piles of snow in a dimmed winter afternoon.